usmc. Starring Jim Neighbors as Gomer Pyle. Also starring Frank Sutton as Sergeant Carter.
Slater!
Yeah, man.
Fitzgerald!
Here.
Golly, Duke, you must have them girls wrapped around your finger. That makes 7 for the day.
Now, I gotta be honest with you, Gom. Only 6 count. One's from a guy. How do you like that? None from Cindy today.
Slater!
Ah, there it is.
Gottschalk!
Yeah.
Pyle!
Joe!
Good old Susie's. You hadn't missed a day yet.
Hey, you did pretty good, too, Gom. Who are they from?
Well, this one's from Ida Carrington, and this one's from Lila Mae Pruitt.
Well, will you
And
look at that? You know, in your own quiet way, I think you do all right for yourself.
Well,
I bet you left a string of broken hearts back home, you sly dog, you.
Oh, come on, Duke.
Sergeant Carter!
Here, right here. Here. Yeah.
Ain't that nice? Sergeant Carter got a letter from a girl, too.
Gottschalk.
Yeah.
Tupper.
Here.
Oppenheim.
Yep.
Mitchell.
Here.
McIntyre.
Here.
Davenport.
Here.
Dugan.
Here.
Moskowitz.
Here.
Spencer.
Yo.
Here's a letter from the girl, Gomer. Tire sale. Buy 1 tire at the regular price and get a 2nd tire at half price. Man, that sure is sexy.
Well, I think that's a shame. I just can't figure out why Sergeant Carter don't never get no mail.
Wake up, Gomer. If you were a girl, would you write to him?
Oh, no. I think so.
Why?
Well, 'cause when it comes to getting letters, he's just like any of the rest of us. He's got feelings just like we got. Just because he's a sergeant don't mean he's made out of stone. I think it'd mean a whole lot to him to get a letter from a girl.
Well, why don't you get one of your girlfriends back home to write to him? Dear Sergeant Carter, Gomer Pyle has written and described you to me. All I can say is, yuck.
You know what you ain't got, Duke? Feelings for others.
For others, I do, not for sergeants. See you, boy. Come on.
Yes, may I help you?
Hey, ma'am. You see, I want to write a love letter. And I was sort of hoping that you might know some books of some famous love letters that you could lend me just to get an idea of something to write. Or maybe some love poems, just something with love.
Of course. I think more has been written on love than any other subject. In fact, I think we have a book called Famous Love Letters. Let's see if it's out. No, it's here. It's in section 342. It's number 217.
That's wonderful. Thank you, ma'am.
And when it comes to poems of love, you can always rely on Elizabeth Barrett Browning.
Golly, I don't know how to thank you, Miss Browning. And I will never be happy till your heart is mine. Oh, to be in one another's arms. Love letters.
Uh-huh.
Hope it does the trick. Hey, can I read it to you to see if it sounds all right?
All right.
My dearest, most beloved darling,
That's good. That's good.
how I have worshipped you from afar. But now I can no longer contain myself. No longer can I silence this burning love that is bursting within me.
I think you got a real winner there, boy.
Wait, I got 3 more pages. Listen to this part. The violet loves the sunny bank. The cowslip loves the lea. The scarlet creeper loves the elm, but I love thee. How you like that one?
Wonderful, wonderful. Your girlfriend is going to really love that letter.
Oh, this ain't to my girlfriend. It's to my sergeant.
Well, can I help you with something?
Thank you. I was kind of looking to buy some perfume, something fancy and something that smells real nice.
Ah, well, this is a lovely fragrance. It's called Sublime. Well, smell it.
That smells mighty nice.
Yeah. And this one is very light and reeks of femininity. It's called Anything Goes.
Well, that sounds sort of advanced. Golly, that smells real nice, too.
And this one is just delightful. It has a kind of a wispy aroma. It's called Merveilleux.
It's called what?
Merveilleux. That means marvelous in French.
That smells real good, too.
Well, you couldn't go wrong with any one of these, you know.
Well, it's just so hard to decide, and this is real special, so it's got to be just right. Do you think it'd be all right if I took just one more sniff?
Oh, of course. No, go right ahead.
I'll take that one.
That's Merveilleux. That's the one I would have picked. Well, now, shall I wrap it as a gift?
Oh, no, thank you. I ain't giving it to nobody. I just wanted it for a love letter.
Sergeant Carter!
Here, back here! Here! Come on!
Everett!
What's the matter? You guys ever smell a perfume letter before?
Not like that. The wind's blowing the other way. I can still smell it.
Well, read your own.
Mysterious Miss Hicks.
What's the matter? You guys like me to read it to you?
Well?
I don't mind. My dearest, most beloved darling. Huh? No longer can my heart endure this aching pain because I am not by your side every moment of every day. That's it. Eat your hearts out.
Wow, what a letter.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't burn a hole in the envelope.
You know what? I still think it's a letter for another tire sale. He didn't read us the end. But who would write him a letter like that? Who?
Maybe the sergeant's like you said I was, Duke, a sly dog.
Well, whoever wrote that to him sure made his day.
You think so? You really think so?
Yeah, look at him.
The mysterious Miss X. The mysterious Miss X.
Would you like to hear this one?
All right.
My dearest darling, conqueror of my heart. Good?
This letter going to the same party as the other day?
Uh-huh.
You're a sergeant.
Right.
That's a new one, isn't it? Women sergeants in the Marines?
No, they got him.
Oh. You're sergeant. What's her name?
It's not her, it's him. Vincent. Listen to this. This is my favorite part coming up. How do I love thee?
Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach. Oh, my darling, every moment I am awake is spent thinking of you. And at night, I count myself to sleep, trying to remember every little freckle,
on your nose. Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Miss X. Miss X. No. What do you want, pile?
I just came from a pie, Sergeant. There's a real good movie on in town. Godzilla goes to a beach party. Don't suppose you'd like to go with me, would you, Sergeant?
You don't suppose right, pile.
Letter from a girl?
That's right, pile.
Makes you feel good, don't it?
Well, it sure don't make me sad. Any letter that begins, "My dearest darling, conqueror of my heart."
Golly, that sure is pretty talk.
I'll bet you wish you knew who it was from.
Oh, I can sure guess who it's from.
You can?
Well, sure. There must be half a dozen girls around here to write you a letter like that.
They are? Of course there are. Who do you think it might be, pile? See how good you are at guessing.
Well, could be that girl at the lunch counter at the PX, Shirley. I've seen her look at you real warm and friendly like.
Yeah, Shirley. Yeah?
Or it could be that hat check girl at the club Ha-Ha.
Adelaide?
I've seen you two grinning and talking to each other.
Yeah, Adelaide.
Or that girl at the USO.
Marilyn.
I seen the look in her eyes once when she handed you a ping pong paddle.
Yeah.
Could be any one of them, Sergeant, or more.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be, but, well, I don't think it would be very gentlemanly of me to tell you who it is. You understand?
Oh, I sure do. It's like you say it wouldn't be very gentlemanly. You don't have to tell me.
I won't. Well, look, why don't you go to your movie and let me get some work done, huh?
Sure, Sarge. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Allow me, Shirley.
Why not? I'm here to please.
Hands like these, Shirley, were never meant for this kind of work.
I know. I was going to be a brain surgeon, only this job came along first.
You can't fool me. There's something about you that's different. Poetic, if you know what I mean.
Me, poetic?
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach. Well?
Well, what?
What's the sense kidding anymore? Miss X.
Huh? What'd you call me?
Didn't that poem mean anything to you?
Oh, I didn't say that. It's a nice poem.
Well, isn't there anything you want to tell me? Something I should know?
I don't know what you mean.
Come on. Out with it.
Well,
Tell me, Shirley. Tell me.
All right. Don't order the liver and onions. They're from yesterday.
I always said there was something different about you. Something poetic.
So how come you never mentioned that to me before?
Well, you know how it is. Come on, recite your favorite poem for me.
Oh,
Please.
well,
Come on.
okay. There was a young man from Pomona Whose girlfriend?
Is that the only poem you know?
So what's the matter? You heard it before?
Yeah, I heard it. I'll see you around, Adelaide.
Okay. Hey, if I hear any new ones, I'll let you know.
Did you ever lie awake nights trying to count the freckles on my nose?
You like my perfume, Vince?
Yeah. Yeah. It's real nice.
I use it all the time. It's called Merveilleux.
How do I love thee?
Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now, just one more thing. Would you do a favor for me, Marilyn?
Sure.
Well, that's always been one of my favorite poems, but I keep forgetting the words. Would you please write it down for me?
I'll do even better. I'll type it.
No, it has to be in your handwriting. I mean, what's the sense of all that typing?
Oh, I can't write. I broke my finger 4 weeks ago. It's been in a splint ever since.
Type it. When we're apart, it's as if my heart stops beating and my only happiness comes in the thought that love conquers all. I would follow you to the ends of the earth. How about them apples?
You know, I bet she writes with a crayon. They wouldn't let a dame like that use sharp instruments.
Go ahead and laugh. You guys never got a letter like this. She writes like a poet.
Yeah, I bet she looks like a poet. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
You're jealous, that's all. You're just jealous.
What do we got to be jealous about? We don't even know what she looks like.
Yeah, what does she look like?
Well, she's...
Yeah?
Huh? She's...
Well?
She's beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what she looks like. She's beautiful. Anybody can write poems like this.
Well, if you wasn't so ashamed of her, Vince, you'd take her downtown to one of the nightclubs. We could see for ourselves.
Yeah, seeing's believing.
Well, look, I can't help it if she don't want to go to them smoky, noisy clip joints.
Boy, you got an excuse for everything. Hey, I'll tell you what. There's a USO dance here this Saturday night. Now, she can't have anything against going to that.
Well, I'll ask her. But I can't guarantee she'll come.
Of course she'll come. What's a 15-minute bus ride to a girl who's willing to follow you to the ends of the earth? That's this Saturday night, Vince. We'll be waiting. Breathlessly.
What are you looking at, Pyle?
Oh, my loved one, my most precious and beloved, I beg thee to understand the wretched thing I must now do. But we are left no choice. The brutally unhappy fact is this. I must leave thee, and you shall never see or hear from me again. Just remember this. I'll cherish your love throughout eternity. Farewell. Well?
You going over the hill?
Going over the hill? Why would I do a thing like that?
I don't know. Where are you going?
To mail this letter.
To your sergeant, Vincent.
Right. You remembered.
Tell me something. What does your sergeant say when he gets those letters from you?
Oh, he don't know that they're from me. Why, if he thought they was from me, he'd die. He'd just die.
Then why do you write them?
Well, the sergeant never did get any letters from any girls like all the other fellers, and that made him feel just awful. So I started writing him these love letters.
Oh, and that made him feel good.
Sure did.
Then why are you stopping?
Well, a few of his friends wanted to see this here girl, so I decided I'd write him a farewell letter, and that'd get him out of his predicament.
Oh, that's a mighty fine thing you're doing there, son.
Well...
Not many fellas that go to that trouble.
Oh, heck.
He's sure going to miss those letters, isn't he?
I guess.
How does that go again, that last part?
Just remember this. I'll cherish your love throughout eternity.
That's sad. That's real sad.
Well, it's for the best we end it this way.
Oh! Mahoney!
What's the matter, Vince? No letter today?
Don't worry, it'll come, it'll come.
Well, I sure hope nothing's happened to her. I'm counting on meeting her tomorrow night.
Schofield!
Ain't that right, Vince?
Huh?
Goldsmith!
Oh, yeah, tomorrow night.
Could be her letter got lost in the mail. Or maybe she put it in her pocket and forgot to mail it. Sure didn't sound like the fickle type of her letters.
Sergeant Carter!
Here, right over here.
Moskowitz.
Here.
Spencer. You. Walkowitz.
Yeah.
Somerville.
But I must leave thee, and you shall never see or hear from me again.
Watson.
Never see or hear from her again.
Gottschalk.
Yeah.
Tupper.
Here.
Oppenheim.
Yep.
Mitchell.
Here.
McIntyre.
Here. Sergeant Carter!
Here.
Ross.
Here.
Haverick. Kaczynski.
Dear Vince, I must have seemed awfully silly to you the other day, but I never realized that tough Sergeant Carter also has a warm and artistic soul.
It's from Shirley.
Sergeant Carter!
Here.
Dear Vince, you sure surprised me the other night. Who knows? Maybe we were made for each other.
From Adelaide.
Sergeant Carter!
Hey, keep 'em coming.
The doctor says the cast will be off by Wednesday, so how's about a quiet dinner at my place?
It's from Maryland, at the USO. I'm sorry, Whip. I won't be able to make it to the dance tomorrow. Just wouldn't look right for me to show up with 3 girls. You will excuse me?
You know, for a guy who never used to get any mail, he's sure doing all right all of a sudden. How do you figure?
Whatever it is, it don't make no difference as long as he's happy.
So the drunk says,
Well, if you have to go downstairs for it, forget it.
All right, all you guys going on liberty. I want everything cleared away before you take off.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hey, Pyle, don't you have a date?
No, I was just writing out in character back home.
Your girlfriend?
Well, kinder.
Dear Ida, I'm fine. How are you? Fine, I hope. The weather here is fine. How's the weather there? Fine, I hope.
That's the letter?
Uh-huh.
Well, Pyle, no wonder you don't have a date. Somebody ought to teach you how to write a letter. A love-type letter.
usmc. Starring Jim Neighbors as Gomer Pyle. Also starring Frank Sutton as Sergeant Carter.
Is it something I said?
Of all the rotten breaks. Of all the mean, nasty, rotten breaks.
What happened?
What happened? I've been waiting a whole week for this day. One whole week I've been pointing to this particular date with this particular girl, and what happens? I pull Sergeant of the Guard and I get stuck on the base. That's what happened.
What are you getting so shook up about? You caught last-minute duty before and got stuck?
This is different. This girl is different. This ain't no ordinary date. This could be the one, Miss Wright.
No kidding, Vince.
No kidding. What do you think I'm so sore about?
I'll be darned. She really flipped you, huh?
I give her my tie clip.
Who is it?
Geraldine Turk. You don't know her.
Geraldine Turk. Hey, is that the one that had the nose job?
No. I told you, you don't know her. I met her at a party. Oh, is she beautiful? She's so beautiful. Not like some of the bow wows you go out with.
She flipped for you, too.
Well, I had to work on her. I worked hard. There were a lot of guys buzzing around. But I sweet-talked her all evening. That's what did it. She's so pretty.
Sarge, I think you're in love. Hey, if I was you, I'd get a bodyguard to watch over this girl when you're not around.
Well, it's just that she's the first girl that I... Hey, you know what? You just said something.
Huh?
Bodyguard. But not a real bodyguard. Why don't I get one of my guys to take her out for the evening? You know, protect her from the wolves.
Why? Don't you trust her?
Just that. Well, I sweet-talked her and took her away from a master sergeant. What's to prevent some guy from coming along and doing the same thing to me?
Yeah, but who could you send? I mean, who could you trust?
Well, it'd have to be a guy in the platoon who ain't too handsome.
Right.
And it should be a guy who's not a fast talker. In fact, he should be a little on the slow side. Not an idiot exactly, but a nice, harmless, dumb clock.
You want to see me, Sergeant?
Yeah, Pyle. Do you plan on going into town today on your liberty?
As a matter of fact, I was.
You got any special plans?
Nothing special. Hey, do you want to make a day of it together? We could go over to the aquarium. They got one of them piranha fishes over there. It ain't no bigger than your hand, and they say it can eat up a human being in 5 minutes.
No, Pyle.
Wouldn't you like to see a fish that could eat up a human being in 5 minutes? Golly, what do we need a fish like that for anyhow?
Pyle, the fact is I can't go in. I've got guard duty, but I want you to do me a favor.
Be glad to, Sergeant.
Coffee?
Thank you, but no thank you.
Well, Pyle, I had a date with this girl. The girl. And I didn't want to disappoint her, so I was wondering if you wouldn't mind taking her out for me.
Oh, no. Take out one of your girls?
You didn't hear me, Pyle. Not one of my girls. The girl. This is it. The girl.
What? You mean you and she might?
That's what I mean, all right.
Well, golly, Sergeant. Best wishes and may you have ever happiness.
Thank you, Pyle.
You mean you want me to take her out?
And you know why? Because there's not another man on the entire base that I trust like I trust you.
Well, that's real nice of you to say, Sergeant.
No, I mean it.
Well, where would I take her? Do you think she might like to see that piranha fish that can eat up a human being in 5 minutes?
She might. But why don't you take her out? Have some dinner together, see a movie. But the important thing is, Pyle, that you don't let any other Marine or civilian anywhere near her.
Huh?
Well, you know how it is. A pretty girl like Geraldine, well, she's popular. Another guy comes along and, well, I could lose her. So she's got to be watched, you understand?
Uh-huh.
Good. Now, here, let me give you some money.
Oh, no, Sergeant, I couldn't take that.
Well, I insist. Look, you're taking out my girl. You're doing me a favor. Now, come on. Here, take this $10.
$10? Shazam, I'll never spend it all. She sure is a mighty lucky girl to be getting a thoughtful man like you. You know, you sure are thoughtful for a sergeant.
Well, I try, Pyle. I try. Now, look, I'll phone Geraldine. I'll explain the whole thing to her, and you pick her up. In fact, I won't call her until right before you go to pick her up, so she won't have time to make any other plans.
Thoughtful, thoughtful. Thoughtful is the word for Sergeant Carter.
And trustworthy is the word for Gomer Pyle. Get to bring me the change out of that 10.
This is very disappointing. I mean, very disappointing, Hal.
Vinny, I'm sorry, honey, but listen. Meanwhile, you're still my own little cutie babe, ain't you? My own little lamb chop.
Oh, I love when you sweet talk like that. Say it again.
You're my own little dewdrop.
Oh, someone's at the door.
Okay, baby. Don't forget. Que sera, sera. Our song, remember?
I remember. I have to get the door. Bye, Dave.
Vinny.
Hey, ma'am.
Hello. You must be Gomer.
Gomer. Like Homer, except with a G.
Yes, well, come on in.
Sergeant Carter was sure disappointed he couldn't make it. Hope you won't be too disappointed in the substitution, 'cause I sure ain't no Sergeant Carter nowhere's near.
Well, won't you sit down? Homer?
Gomer. After you, ma'am. I never do sit in the presence of a lady.
Oh. Well, I thought I'd get you something. Would you care for a drink?
Yes, ma'am, sure would.
What would you like?
Well, I'd like for you to leave the tap run a while. That way you're sure to get the water nice and cold.
All right.
Ma'am?
Yes.
No wonder Sergeant Carter's so stuck on you. You sure are pretty and nice.
Homer, I am?
Yes, ma'am. You're a whole lot prettier than I expected.
Gomer, what did you say about my hair?
Huh?
Well, when we first started dancing, you said something about my hair.
Oh, that it was pretty and soft and it smelled real nice too, that.
Say it again.
Your hair is pretty and soft and it smells real nice. Real nice. Gosh, I didn't realize it's so late, Miss Geraldine. I sure am sorry.
Oh, don't be. I had a wonderful time.
Really? 'Cause I sure enjoyed myself.
Oh, I mean it. I enjoyed every minute of it. The aquarium, that was fun, and the...
Still can't believe it. A little old bitty fish like that's able to eat up a human being in 5 minutes. Well, it'd take a human being longer than that to eat that little old fish. I mean, boning it and all.
Well, I enjoyed that. And the movie, and the dinner, and the talk.
Shoot, you sure are easy to talk to, ma'am.
Talk some more.
About what?
About me.
You mean about your hair?
Anything.
Well, you sure are good company, and you're a real good dancer. Golly, you're light as a feather. But most of all, you're real pretty.
Oh, I love sweet talk.
Well, I guess I better be getting back to the base. Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night.
What's the matter, Vince?
Go get Pyle.
What's wrong, Sarge? You look terrible.
Go get Pyle.
What is it, bad news?
Get him. Go get Pyle.
Sure, Sarge, sure.
Get him. Get Pyle.
And so, I think it's best that we end it now. I'm sorry. But don't think it hasn't been fun, because it has. Think of it as a trip to the moon on gossamer wings. Just one of those things. Auf Wiedersehen, my dear.
Go get Pyle.
You want to see me, Sergeant? Is something wrong?
It's all over, Pyle. All over.
What's all over?
Geraldine and me. Over. Down, fini, kaput.
Huh? What a terrible thing. What a terrible thing.
Yeah. Huh? Huh? You take a girl out, you give her your tie clip, and just like that, it's over. Que sera, sera.
What?
That was our song. Well, I was que sera, sera, all right.
Can't tell you how sorry I am, Sergeant.
You see, Pyle? You see why I wanted you to take her out and watch her for me? Well, you didn't watch good enough, Pyle. While your back was turned, some rat fink came around and stole my girl.
You think so?
Of course. Didn't you see her make a phone call? Didn't you see her talk to any other guy all day long? Now think, man, think.
Well, at the aquarium there was this one feller that spoke to her.
Yeah, what? A guy in uniform?
Yeah, but...
Well, who was he? What did he say? What did he say to her?
Well, he was the guard, and he said, "Lady, don't lean against the glass."
You missed it, Pyle. You blew it. There was probably some guy following you around all day long, and you didn't even know about it.
You really think so?
I know so. Well, I'm not gonna give up so easy. No, sir, I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. I'm gonna fight this. I want you to do me another favor, Pyle.
I'll be glad to, Sergeant.
I want you to take Geraldine out once more. Spend the entire day with her. Oh, but this time I want you to keep your eyes wide open, see? I want you to watch for any guy she talks to. Find out who he is. I want to track this down. I want to know one thing. Who's the other guy? Who's the dirty double-crossing rat?
Any person that'd pilfer another one's loved one's all them things and more.
All right, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. You got liberty. Take her out. Spend the whole day with her. Here, let me give you some more money. You got anything left out of that $10 I gave you?
Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to bring you the change.
Good.
26 cents.
Hang on to it. Here's another 10.
Another 10? Golly, Sergeant, this is really costing you.
It's worth it, Pyle, to find out what I want to find out.
Right.
Now, I'm depending on you, Pyle. Don't let me down.
Oh, you can trust me, Sergeant. I'll watch her all right. I'll watch her just like a hawk. Just like a hawk.
Good boy.
Any person that'd try to steal my sergeant's girlfriend's a mean, hateful thing that's got his lumps coming to him.
That's the ticket. Now, report back to me tomorrow night as soon as you get back to the base.
Right. As soon as I get back, Sergeant. Gung-ho!
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Thank you, Gomer.
Ma'am?
I said thank you.
Oh, you're sure welcome.
You know something, Gomer? I'd like to spend days like this forever.
You would?
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you?
Well, to tell the truth, I sure would.
Oh, Gomer, I accept. You didn't realize that you just proposed to me.
But, ma'am? Oh, I almost forgot. You have to give me your tie clip. You know what that means?
I'm your steady.
Oh, no, let's not say anything more. Let's not spoil it. Good night, darling. Good night. Until tomorrow.
Are you back, boy? Come on in. Come on in. Well.
I went over to her house and I picked her up.
Yeah.
Can I tell you this tomorrow?
No, this can't wait. Now tell.
Sergeant, can I ask you something first?
What?
What was you planning on doing to this other feller once you found him? Have you been thinking about that?
Oh, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking real good about that.
Hi,
Oh, yeah. I see us meeting in an alley somewhere. A nice, dark, dead-end alley where he can't get away. And then I haven't quite made up my mind. Should I start with his ribs and work my way up? Or should I start with his head and work my way down to his legs, breaking things as I go? Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking a lot about that. Tell me, pile, tell me, do you know who this guy is? Do you know?
I think I have a lead.
You have?
Uh-huh. Can I tell you tomorrow night?
Why? Why do we have to wait?
Well, I think he's coming back tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
Uh-huh. I think so.
Well, I waited this long. I can wait another night.
Good night, Sergeant.
Hey, are you going out?
That is right.
I thought you were going to stay in all weekend. What is it, a last-minute deal?
This, my friend, is called Operation Close-In.
Huh?
I'm closing in on the fink who stole my girl, the fink who sweet-talked her away from me. Last night, Pyle told me he had a lead. He said he'd get back to me tonight. Said the guy'd probably be there tonight.
So?
So, I want to be there. I want to take myself a little look-see. I want to run into this chap, and when I do...
And don't go getting yourself into trouble, Vince. It ain't worth it.
What trouble? I just want to see this guy. Just want to see what he looks like. I want to meet him. I want to take a good look at him, and then I want to kill him.
Oh, darling, come in. Come in, darling. Oh, why didn't you call all day? Oh, last night was wonderful, just wonderful. Have you been thinking about last night?
Well, yes, ma'am, I sure have. That's the reason I come back here tonight.
Oh, tell me. Say something sweet like you always do.
Well, first of all, though, I've got to ask for my tie clip back. We're supposed to have 2 of them.
Oh, I understand. Of course, I should know it's part of your uniform. But, darling, you know, tie clips are just sort of, well, trinkets to kind of seal a bargain. You know how I'd rather seal the bargain? Like this.
What's this? What's this?
Oh, mercy.
Leonard, what are you doing here?
You?
Sergeant, listen.
You?
I want to know what this is all about. What are you doing here?
You?
Will you answer me? What do you want?
You? You're the rat fink. You're the one I sent in to watch over my girl, do a little spying for me, and this is what happens? You?
What are you talking about?
This rat fink here, I sent him in to take out my girl, and what happens? He steals her.
What?
Miss Geraldine, Sergeant.
Oh, yeah. I sent him in personally to take you out. I even financed it. Ask him if it ain't the truth. Oh, yeah. Here, take another $10, Pyle. Here, take out my girl. Go ahead. Oh, I'll watch you, Sergeant. You can trust me. I'll watch her like a hawk, just like a hawk. Well, you watched her real good, all right.
Sergeant, Miss Geraldine.
This is the most disgusting thing I ever heard of. How dare you send someone in here to spy on me, and how dare you take a job like that and fool me? Oh, get out of here. Both of you, get out of this house.
Miss Geraldine, if you just listen for a minute.
Out. Out. Get out of this house before I call the police.
You heard her, rat fink. Out.
Sergeant, wait just a minute. Listen.
Out. Out of my sight. And take Sergeant Hagen with you.
You rat fink. Come on out. Rat fink, rat fink, rat fink.
Sergeant. Wouldn't nobody listen to nothing. Wouldn't nobody listen to a thing I had to say.
I'll listen. I'll be glad to listen. But first, let's find that nice dark alley.
Wait a minute. Can't I say just one thing?
A prayer, a short one.
Wait. Now, I know what you came in there and seen must have looked pretty terrible. But the fact of the matter is, the whole thing was one-sided. That's the reason I come here tonight, to tell her that this whole thing just wasn't possible. But she didn't even give me a chance to do that. But now I'm getting to the most important part. Miss Geraldine's pretty and fun to be with, but do you know what? I don't want her to hear this, but she's fickle.
Huh?
Fickle. She is a fickle-hearted person that just likes being sweet-talked to. She said so herself. Just look how fast she threw you over for me. Now, how do we know how fast she wouldn't throw me over for somebody else? As soon as another sweet-talker come along. Now, that type of person is fickle, fickle, fickle. Now, tell the truth, Sergeant. Ain't you glad you found out about her this quick instead of getting more tied up with her and later on being really disappointed? Now, if what I say don't make good sense, and you still want to go find that dark alley, well, that's up to you.
Let's find a diner instead.
Huh?
Come on, Gomer. Harry's gonna buy you a cup of coffee. Hey, sirrah, sirrah.
Hey, Sergeant.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm supposed to be meeting a girl, and I sure ain't looking forward to it neither.
Why? Who is she?
Well, it's like this. Duke Slater back in the barracks, he had a date with these two girls in one evening, and he didn't want to disappoint either one of the girls, so he asked me if I'd take one of them out.
So, take her out. Have fun.
Hey, Sergeant.
What?
Do you have any plans this evening?
No, why?
Would you like to take out this girl instead of me? You'd be much better on one of these blind dates than I am, I expect.
No, thanks.
I sure wish you would. She's due here any minute. Duke said that the way I'd know her, she'd be wearing white gloves and carrying a black purse.
I don't think so, Pyle. If Duke thinks this girl is right for you, well, I don't think she's right for me. You understand?
Yeah, well...
On second thought, Pyle, since I don't have any special plans and since you really don't care to have this date, well, I'll be glad to do it for you.
You would, Sergeant? Well, thank you very much.
It's okay, Pyle. I'm always glad to help out one of my men. Has she come in yet? Take a look.
Okay. Yeah, that's her, all right. Duke said she was tall. Well, like you said, Sergeant, y'all have fun.
usmc. Starring Jim Neighbors as Gomer Pyle. Also starring Frank Sutton as Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter, it's a letter for you. Sergeant? Hi, Sergeant.
What are you doing here, Pyle?
Sure, I'm glad to run into you. Feller over at the post office wanted me to explain to you how come it was delivered so late.
Let me have that again.
You see, they sent it to another Sergeant Carter who'd just been transferred out of the country. And he said it wasn't his, so back it come all the way. Them fellers over at the post office really tried, though. It's like they say, neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow. But, of course, it shouldn't have been 2 weeks late on account of the weather hadn't been terrible lately. Have you noticed it's been real lovely out? Not a touch of sleet.
There's a letter for me.
Uh-huh. It's a funny stamp on it. It's got the Chinese writing all over it.
Chinese. Korean. And it's from her. That's a Korean stamp. Well, where is it?
Well, it's right up in the right-hand corner, right next to the...
Not the stamp, the letter, the letter.
Oh, it's over on your desk. Hey, Sergeant, my cousin Goober saves stamps, and I was just wondering...
Yeah, the stamp. Now get out of here.
Boy, them Chinese folks sure use real stickum.
Well, I'll be. How about that?
Good news, Sergeant?
This is great. My daughter's coming to visit me.
Daughter? You got a daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know you had a daughter.
Well, I have.
Where's she been all this time?
Korea. She was born in Korea.
Korea? Well, I'll be. That sure is a strange place to have a daughter.
Huh? Oh, it's a little girl I kind of adopted years ago during the Korean thing. The whole company watched out for her, but she took to me mostly. Treated me just like I really was her father. So I've been looking out after her ever since.
Oh, bless her heart. That's your daughter, all right. That nose and that cute little chin. She looks exactly like you. That toothy grin and everything. Yep, no mistaking her. She's got that Carter smile, too.
Well, she's adopted.
I know, Sergeant, but that's what happens. Adopted children grow to look like their mamas and daddies. Didn't you know that?
No.
Well, I do. What's her name?
Sulin Chen Hong. In Korea, that means pink blossom.
Oh, did you ever? Pink Blossom Carter.
It's been so long, and, well, I always hoped. But I can't believe I'm really going to see her again.
Well, she'll be here, all right. Your own little girl, and you'll be able to see her all the time. And you can help her with her homework and braid her hair into pigtails, and you'll be going to them PTA meetings and everything. Where's she going to stay?
Stay? Well, I don't know. I hadn't even thought about it.
I know what. Maybe she could stay with Sergeant and Miss Mason. They got that big, nice house and all them young'uns of their own.
Yeah, they got that big backyard with the slide and the swings and that plastic wading pool. That'll be perfect.
Well, when will the little darling be here?
Well, let's see. She says she will arrive on Monday the... Holy smoke, that's today.
Well, bless her heart.
She's coming in this afternoon. What time is it?
About 2:20.
Well, her plane comes in at 3. Look, I got to get out the airport. Tell Cuccinelli to take the guard mount. How about that? You get a letter and it's... He'll tell you.
What's with him?
He just got the news that he's about to become a father. All over again.
Now boarding at gate 6. Flight 90, New York.
Thank goodness. I was afraid I missed you. You been here long, honey? Well, what's the difference? You're here now. Is this your bag? Come on. What's the matter? You mad because I'm late? Well, I'm sorry, honey, but your letter came late. Now, come on. You want to carry it? Okay. Hey,
look at you. You're so big. Here, I almost forgot. Now just relax, sweetheart. There's nothing to worry about. Your daddy's gonna take care of you now. I know it's all a little strange, but, well, it'll take us a little while to get to know each other again, huh? Come on.
What's going on here?
It's okay, buddy. I can handle it. Now, mustn't bother the man, Sue Lynn.
Her name is Anna Lee.
Her name is Sue Lynn. Don't you think I know my own daughter?
Don't you think I know mine?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a natural mistake. I have one just like her.
Now arriving at Gate 5, Flight 110 from New Orleans. Passengers may claim their luggage at the check stand outside.
Tabo autonom. Autonom.
May claim their luggage at the check stand outside.
Are there any more passengers coming off that flight?
No, they're all in, it looks like.
But there can't be. Was there a little girl looking for Sergeant Carter?
No, I'm sorry, no one came here.
I missed her.
Maybe she went straight out to the base, Sergeant.
Yeah, that's it, sure. She probably figured I was on a detail or something, so she went right out to the base. That's pretty smart thinking for a kid, huh? I sure hope somebody's looking out for her.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Excuse me, is Sergeant Carter here?
No, ma'am. He's gone down to the airport to pick up his little daughter. She's come all the way from Korea. That's right next door to China.
How unfortunate. We must have missed each other. I'm Sue Lynn.
You're Sue Lynn? Golly. Well, he won't be expecting you.
Oh, but you just said that.
He's expecting his daughter, but he won't be expecting you. I mean, you're a whole lot bigger than what he's looking for. He figured you'd look more like this.
He still has the picture. All the Marines were so very kind and so helpful. They looked after me and they were interested in everything I did.
Well, it seems like they still are. You know, you sure speak English good. You ain't got hardly a trace of an accent.
Well, that is thanks to Sergeant Carter. His assistants helped me to go to school, an American school.
Good old Sergeant Carter.
He always was the kindest of all, so sweet and so considerate.
Hadn't changed one bit.
So patient and so understanding.
That's him, all right. That's our Sergeant Carter.
He used to recite nursery rhymes in that soft voice of his.
What are you guys doing there? Move, move, move! Out there on the double!
That's him, though I do expect his voice has changed some.
Pyle, didn't anyone call me?
If you can't guess who this is.
Sue Lynn? Well, I'm your I'm Sergeant Vincent Carter.
Bless your hearts, both of you.
It's been a long time.
It is 12 whole years.
You've grown. Oh, this is So how's Uncle Juan, huh?
Oh, he is well. Is it something for me?
Yeah, well, I kind of thought...
It is a lovely present. Thank you.
This here's one of the members of my platoon, Private Gomer Pyle.
Hey, Pink Blossom. I guess you two got a lot to talk about, so I finished cleaning up.
Hey, let me take a look, huh? Well, I just can't believe it. You're so grown up.
Yes, it happens even to pink blossoms.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm so glad to see you again. Huh? Woody Nara 환영 합니다.
고맙습니다. 오기에 온 구수 갭게 센합격합니다. You remembered.
Here. Come on, sit up. Well, tell me, what are your plans? You didn't say much in your letter. What are you going to do in the States?
Well, Papa Sergeant, I want to finish my education.
Good, good.
And I want to see all I can.
Fine, fine.
And I should like to marry a Marine.
Huh? Did you say marry a Marine?
Is it not a good idea, Papa Sergeant?
Well, now, hold on. Well, what's this marriage? You just got here. Besides, you're still too young. You always were a great kidder. I have to admit, you had me going there for a minute. You marry a Marine.
Excuse me, Sergeant. Just want to remind you, guard mount's ready for inspection.
Oh, yeah. No, when I give my daughter away, it's going to be to a doctor, a lawyer, a professional man, an Ivy Leaguer.
But I have known some wonderful Marines.
Yeah, well, they're not all like me. No, you marry a doctor or something. And when he comes home, you sit down, you have a martini, you ask him what happened at the office. But if you marry a Marine, what have you got in common with him? He comes home, what do you say? What's new in the jungle?
But, Papa Sergeant...
But why worry about all that now? It'll be years before you even think about marriage. Besides, it's bad enough to have a Marine for a papa now, isn't it? Huh? Look, I'll be back in 10 minutes. In the meantime, you just make yourself comfortable. Boy, you sure are grown up.
Ain't that nice? I bet you're just about the happiest girl in the whole world. What's the trouble?
I cannot talk to him.
Huh?
He's so opposed to my plans.
Oh, you mustn't let what he said about the Marines upset you none. It ain't as if you're really gonna marry a Marine.
But that is the problem. I am.
Huh?
I am to be married this Sunday.
You mean this coming Sunday? Married? And to a Marine? Shazam! Hey, Sue Lynn. Did you break the news to Sergeant Carter yet about you getting married Sunday?
All week I've been trying to find some way to tell him, but I just cannot do it. I am sure it would displease him, and I do not want to displease him.
What you need some more time.
But Sunday is 2 days away, and Fred will be here this afternoon.
Fred? Is that your boyfriend's name, huh?
Yes. For me, it was love at first sight. Maybe because he was so much like Sergeant Carter. Fred is a fine man, and he has a wonderful mind.
Oh, that's nice. I just know you two are really gonna be happy.
Perhaps I should postpone my plans. In my country, we are taught to respect and obey parents. And Sergeant Carter is the only father I know. If he is so against this marriage, perhaps it is best I honor his wishes.
You mean you'd call off the wedding? Sue Lynn, before you do that, why don't you talk to our chaplain right here? He's a real fine feller, and I know he'd do everything on earth and heaven to help you out.
You think he would?
When people's in trouble, that's his specialty. I just know he'll have the right answer.
I will go see him. Private Gomer, perhaps you could help too.
Me? But I don't know what...
You and the sergeant appear to get on so well. I was hoping that you might prepare him. Would you, Private Gomer?
Well...
Please, speak with him. See if you can get him to accept the idea of having a Marine for a son-in-law.
All right. I'll talk to the sergeant.
I know it will not be easy.
Don't you worry, Sue Lynn. You go see the chaplain, and I'll go see the sergeant right now. Gung-ho. That means everybody working together.
Yes, I know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Sergeant. You stepping out?
Yeah. I'm taking Sue Lynn out for dinner.
Sure nice to have a daughter around, huh? So So you can take her out to dinner and buy her pretty things and play with your grandchildren and eat some home-cooked meals.
What was that?
I just saying how nice it'd be to eat some home-cooked meals.
Before that.
Play with your grandchildren? Well, if y'all better to eat the meals, least you can do is play with the kiddies.
What is all this? She's still a kid herself. There's plenty of time. You talk like she's getting married tomorrow.
Oh, no. It won't be tomorrow. No, sir. Tomorrow's only Saturday. It could be soon after that. Real soon.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just that she can't wait too long. Golly, she's 20 years old now. Before long, she's going to be 30, and then 40, and then 50.
She'll get married sooner than that.
Like maybe Sunday?
Kyle, you're not making any sense. Why should her marriage be any concern of yours?
No reason. I was just thinking what a happy day it's going to be in your life. I can just see it now. Her walking out of the church there, ever so beautiful with that dark hair and them big eyes, walking down underneath all them cross swords.
Wait a minute. Cross swords? What cross swords?
Well, you know how the Marines do when somebody gets married.
Who said there were going to be any Marines there?
Well, there have to be Marines there.
What do you mean?
Well, you going to be there.
And that's all.
But suppose she did find somebody that she liked and he liked her. Would you stand in the way?
Can't happen.
But suppose it did. Suppose a Marine come to you and ask you for Sue Lynn's hand. What would you do?
I'd throw him out on his head is what? Now stop bugging me.
But, Sergeant,
Supposing you let me finish getting dressed and get out of here.
But, Sergeant...
Out!
You want me to take the duty now, Sarge, so you can leave?
No, there's no hurry. I'm not taking Sue Lynn out for an hour.
Yeah, but she's here now.
Yeah, where?
I just saw her over at the administration, coming out of the chaplain's office.
Chaplain's office? What is she seeing him for?
How are you, Gomer?
Just fine, sir. I hope you all had better luck than I did. I tried to hint around to the sergeant about what was going to happen, but he wouldn't take to it at all.
See?
What's that all about? Now, what would she and Pyle want with a chaplain?
Well, what do you usually see a chaplain about? When you're in trouble, when you get married, or when you want emergency leave?
No. No, it can't be. Say it can't be. Not to Pyle. Not to Pyle!
He told me how you felt about her marrying a Marine, but that is not for you to decide. This is her life, Carter. There is only one thing that you can do.
Kill him.
That's a very intelligent reaction, isn't it? Now, you better face it, Sergeant. This wedding is set for Sunday, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Come on, now, accept her man. Meet him halfway. I'm sure in time that you'll get to know each other and like each other.
No, I don't want to like him.
All right. Then you will lose your daughter. What have you got against this boy?
Sir, he's stealing my little girl. She's just a kid.
Sue Lynn is not a child. She is a mature woman. And in fact, she's far more capable of picking a husband than you are.
Well, sir, she doesn't know that.
I don't know why she is concerned about you. She's worried about making you unhappy, and you don't care that you're making her life miserable.
I am?
Because of you, she is ready to call this whole thing off. Carter, you're the only father she has known. Now, she wants to be married, but also she wants your approval.
Oh. I don't know.
Sergeant, Sunday could be the happiest day in your life.
That's the happiest? You don't leave me much to look forward to.
Give her your blessing. Good. I know you're doing the right thing. You have a talk with her fiancé. You'll see. In time, it'll all work out.
I guess it could be worse. She could have married a sailor.
Want to see me, Sergeant?
Come in, come in. Sit down, son.
Thanks, Sergeant.
I wanted you to know that I've talked to the chaplain, and he told me all about the wedding. How could you do it, Pyle? How could you do it?
Well, I tried to prepare you, Sergeant.
I know. If it's what my daughter wants, I've got to learn to live with it.
I'm glad you feel that way. It's gonna make Sue Lynn very happy.
But it's tough for me to accept. For 12 years, I've reared her. I've sent her an allotment. 12 years of anguish, 12 years of sacrifice, and just like that, she's gone.
Well, that's what happens, Sergeant. They grow up and they leave you.
100 million men in this country, and look what she picks out. How could she make such a choice?
She said it was love at first sight. She said it was the resemblance to you that done it.
Oh, the resemblance to me. How much punishment do I have to take in one day?
She said she always was attracted to a good mind. Now, Sergeant, you know what they always say. You ain't losing a daughter, you're gaining a son. I've made out a list here of things that's supposed to be furnished by the bride's side of the family. That's you. Flowers, refreshments, and a cake with a Marine insignia would be real nice, and lots of throwing rice, and some cans, that's for the car.
No. There will be no flowers, no cake, no shoes, no wedding. I just made up my mind.
Huh?
Pyle, I'm begging you, please, you can't marry my daughter. You can't.
I know that, Sergeant.
I'll give you anything in the world, anything you... Huh?
I ain't gonna marry your daughter.
You're not?
Oh, no.
Why did you want to marry her?
I never did.
You break her heart, and I'll break your head.
Sergeant, you got this all mixed up. It never was me. She's marrying a feller by the name of Fred Pertwee. That's who she's gonna marry all along.
Pertwee? Fred Pertwee? What is he, some kind of Main Street commando she met someplace? Pertwee? Oh, no. This I ain't gonna take. You're bad enough, but some two-bit pipsqueak recruit.
But, Sergeant...
I have him around all day. I'm not gonna have him around all night.
You hadn't even met him yet. You might like him.
I'll break him in two. No, sir. There'll be no wedding. Come in!
Sergeant Carter, I'm here with your daughter, and we...
You! You're not gonna marry my daughter, you hear me? Yes, my daughter ain't gonna marry no two-bit...
Papa Sergeant, the chaplain said he had spoken with you, so I brought Fred with me. I thought it was about time my two favorite men met each other.
You're, Pertwee?
Sure glad to meet you, Sergeant. Heard some mighty fine things about you. We're on our way to the Green Lantern for dinner, and we won't go without you. Got a lot of gabbing to do, so come on. Nothing keeping you here, is there?
No, nothing at all. Just a second. There is one thing. I'll be with you in just a second, huh? Oh, come on, get with it. Find the list. Put it together, huh? Be right with you, Fred. Let's see, what was it we needed? We needed flowers. We needed a cake with an insignia on it. Old shoes. Hey, you can see why she went for him, huh? Resemblance to me? Come on, the list. Just another second, Fred. You hurry. The wedding's Sunday. We just got 2 more days. Move it.
The captain's really a nice-looking feller. Sue Lynn picked well.
Oh, I guess he's okay. My son-in-law, the captain. Well, I guess I'll get used to it in time.
I'm sure glad it worked out this way. Sue Lynn sure wanted to make you happy. That was all she cared about was you. She's a very considerate girl.
Considerate is the word. Runs in the family.
Hey, Sarge, did you really think there for a while it was me she was gonna marry, did you?
Well...
Wouldn't that have been something? You'd have been my father-in-law, and we'd have spent the rest of our lives together, you and me. Dad.
Never could happen, Pyle.
Why not?
Well, just like you said. Sue Lynn's much too considerate a girl.
Sea. Starring Jim Neighbors as Gomer Pyle. Also starring Frank Sutton as Sergeant Carter.
They blow this inspection, I'll kill them. I'll kill them. Keep your eye on. Come on, Slater, get those ammunition boxes straightened out. That top blanket there, right there, fold it. Don't make so much dust, Pyle.
Inspection party just leaving the barracks, heading this way.
If you call that sweeping, there's an inch of dust under there. All right, secured from up there.
Hey, Duke, help me move this, would you?
All right, here they come. You guys line up right over here.
Hey, Duke, just a second more.
Good morning, Sim. Company B supply room ready for inspection, sir. Attention!
I was moving it to clean under, and I kind of lost my purchase on it.
See you a minute, Sergeant. What kind of a careless, inefficient Marine is that, Sergeant?
Well, sir,
is that an example of the kind of training he gets from you?
Sir,
As you were. Take care of that, Sergeant.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, forget it, Vince. Just an accident. They happen.
But why always to me? Why me? 16 years I put in, right? So here I am, a platoon sergeant. 3 up, 2 down, right? Big deal. This gives me the privilege of being stuck night and day with them left-footed, bird-brained foul-ups. And what I get out of it? Nothing but aggravation.
Vince, it ain't that bad.
What's to be my future? Another 16 years of more aggravation, more knuckleheads? Is this to be my destiny? Life among the savages?
Look, Vince, it didn't really bother the captain.
No, you didn't hear him chew me out. And why should it bother him, huh? He doesn't have to spend night and day with them clowns. He doesn't have to take the rap for their foul-ups. Not him, no. All he has to do is say, take care of it, Sergeant. Take care of it, Sergeant. And then he cuts out. This doesn't mean anything to him. He's an officer. That's the life, Nick.
All right. So why don't you become an officer? Here it is for the bulletin board. Aptitude test will be given Tuesday at 0800. Open to all enlisted personnel interested in applying for the officers' training program. You mean you would?
Why not?
Vince.
I put in my time. I done my bit. Let some other guy with the stripes take the beating. I'll be the officer. I'll be the one who only has to say, take care of it, Sergeant.
Sarge, listen, now being an officer ain't all that easy. I mean, it's a whole different life.
Yeah, I should have done this years ago. Now I'll get that bar on my shoulder, the passport to a better life. Then I can mingle amongst gentlemen, civilized human beings instead of that bunch of cockeyed clowns out there. It'll be a relief just to be with people who can talk English good.
Sir, real trouble. Private Morgan is AWOL. Piasecki smashed up his Jeep. Schmidt is in jail for fighting with a sailor. Slater blew up the arsenal. And Gomer Pyle accidentally set fire to the mess hall.
Well, take care of it, Sergeant.
Aye, aye, sir.
you want me, I'll be over signing up for that exam for the officer training program.
You sure you want to go through with it?
But I just got to go in there and tell the sergeant how sorry I am I messed up his inspection.
Bad idea. Better you stay away and let him forget it. You go in there now, he'll bite your head off and chew up the rest of you, too.
Not the sergeant. He ain't the type to be mean about it. He's much too fine a man.
Gomer, believe me, he'll take one look.
Say, Sergeant, I just came by to tell you how truly sorry I am about what happened.
Don't you give it a thought, Pyle. Not a thought. It means nothing at all.
See? I told you he wouldn't be mad at all. Just like I said, he's a fine man. Just about the finest there is.
Something important?
Notice for officers training. They're holding interviews.
Yeah?
Yeah, guess who's going to take the test?
You?
Nope. Sergeant Carter.
He ain't. Well, did you ever in all your put-togethers? Sergeant Carter's gonna get to be a lieutenant.
That's right.
Well, that means he'll be going to officer school, and we won't be seeing him no more.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
I just can't imagine things around here without Sergeant Carter. Why, he's been with us straight through boot camp. Of course, I do wish him the best. For heck's sake, though, I sure hate to see him go. He's such a fine man, I'd like to continue to serve with him.
Well, you can. Why don't you apply for the officer training program?
Huh?
Take the test, then you can be together again.
You think I ought to?
Why not? You too can be an officer, Gomer.
But could a private take this test?
Take it. You not only can take it, it's your duty. Where else are they going to find the future leaders of the Corps if not among men like us? And besides, you'll get to stay with your buddy. Buy your leave, sir. No, I mean it.
Gomer, an officer? You mean he's taking the test for real?
I was there when he was asking about it, but I didn't think it was serious.
Believe it. Ted, hut!
Who we get attention for?
Lieutenant Pyle.
Huh?
You're going to become a lieutenant, aren't you, sir?
Oh, come on, Dick. All I
What are we standing around for? Let's make the lieutenant comfortable. Come over here, sir. Pillow, pillow, pillow. Have a seat, sir, right here. Oh, let me get those shoes, Lieutenant.
Spot a dust there, sir.
Shall I get your Jeep, drive you to the officers' club, sir? Yes, yes. His bars, his bars. Give the lieutenant his bars. And salute.
Oh, come on, Dick.
Relax, Sarge. Take it easy.
I'm relaxed. I'm perfectly
It's
relaxed.
only an aptitude test. No military stuff, just general. 100 true and false questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Benson told me the trick is you got to put down the first answer that comes to your head. That's usually right. And don't stew on them too long. Oh, yeah, and you got to be relaxed.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm relaxed? I'm relaxed.
All right. I'll see you later.
Hey, Sergeant.
What are you doing here?
I'm planning on taking that there test.
That test? To become an officer in the Marines? The United States Marines?
I'm not stepping out of line, am I, Sergeant?
Oh, no, not at all. You feel yourself officer material? Well, you just go right ahead. How long have you been in the Marines, Pyle?
Almost 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. Well, you should have no trouble at all.
Well, I sure wish I was as calm as you are. Don't expect I know too many of the answers, so I guess I'll do mostly hunching.
Hunching?
Uh-huh. See, what I do when I don't know something is I slap these 2 fingers down real hard. Now, if the pointing finger tingles most, I put down true. And if the long finger tingles most, I put down false. Works real good sometimes.
Pyle, will you tell me one thing? Just one thing? Why are you doing this? Why do you want to become an officer?
Well, kind of a personal reason.
Oh. Well, what's taking so long? Make sure the phone's working.
Hello, Corporal Cuccinelli speaking, sir. Yeah. Right. Uh-huh. Right. What? Oh, okay, let's have him.
Well, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Well.
Well, they're taking the top 10 men, Sarge.
Yeah, so who are the top 10 men? Who?
4 from Whipple's outfit made it.
Yeah.
And 2 from Sergeant Zaletsky's platoon.
Yeah, that's 6.
3 from Company C.
Yeah, that's 9. That means I did.
No, Sarge. You're 11th on the list. I'm sorry. But look, most of those guys that made it, they're college boys.
Well, who was that 10th guy? The guy that just aced me out. You know who it was?
Hey, Sarge. I just heard. I made it. Barely by the hair on my chin, but I did do good enough to pass. I was number 10. How did you do? Where'd you come in?
Carter placed 11th. That means he's out.
You mean Gomer passed and the sergeant didn't?
Now lay off that Gomer stuff. He's practically officer candidate Pyle. And officer candidates are treated just like officers. You know that?
You're kidding. You mean we gotta call Gomer, sir?
That's right.
All right, break it up. We got a little work detail here. You 3 pick and shovel, tidy up the obstacle course. You 3 rakes, police the area. Slater and Gottschalk, recreation hut. Swab the decks. That's it. Make it good.
Excuse me, Sergeant. What'd I do?
All men passing the aptitude test have been relieved of duty status. Sir.
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 Shazam.
Since you're on your way to becoming an officer, you will have no more work assignments. The rest of you knuckleheads, scramble!
Sergeant, I'd be glad to grab a pick and help.
Sorry, regulations. And if you care to come around to the duty office around 14:30, we can tell you what time you have your appointment before the interview board.
Man, you're a lucky stiff, Gome.
Oh, come on, Sarge. They'll be having more of those officer selection tests again next year. You'll make it easy then.
If I live that long.
I still can't figure out how Pyle made it.
That's the one bright side of the whole thing. I might be stuck for a whole year with the rest of those clowns, but at least he'll be out of my hair.
I'm supposed to drop by.
Your interview is scheduled for 1500. That's in half an hour, sir.
You know, Sergeant, when I first found out that I was going to officer school and you wasn't, well, I didn't like that idea one little bit. You see, I'd always counted on soldiering with you a little longer. I never figured that this would backfire and split us up instead.
Well, that's the way it is.
It really bothered me, Sergeant, but it don't no more.
Good.
On account of it don't have to split us up at all. Not one little bit.
It don't?
Not the way I'm going to arrange it. When I get to be an officer, I'm going to fix it where I get assigned right here at this base. That way we be together again in the very same group.
But you can't always choose where you're sent. The Corps sends officers where they're needed most, and in that case, you wouldn't be sent back here.
I've thought about that too, Sergeant. If that happens, I'll make a request for you and have you transferred to me, so you don't worry none.
You're to have me transferred to where you are.
Officers can do that. So you see, everything's going to be just fine. We'll be together same as always. Only one teeny little difference. I'd be your superior officer, but that don't really make no never mind. It'll be perfect. What with me being your superior officer, we'll be working closer together than we ever did before. Just like that, you and me. The sergeant and his superior officer.
Please. No more.
Well, I just thought I'd give you the good news. I guess I better be getting on to the interview. Is there something ailing the sergeant?
Yeah, well, you ought to be able to figure that one out, sir.
I'm afraid I don't follow you.
Yeah, well, I'll give it to you straight. Think how you'd feel if you put in 16 years. Korea, everything. And on your first try for officers training, you got beaten out by a private practically right out of boot camp.
Golly, I never figured that.
Sure. And if you hadn't taken the test, instead of being 11th, Carter would have been 10th.
Then he'd have been on his way to officers training instead of me. Well, I never for 1 minute wanted to get in his way. Not Sergeant Carter, not after all he's done for me.
Yeah, well, it's too late now, so forget it. You better be getting on over to your interview, sir.
Private Gomer Pyle reporting is ordered, sir.
At ease, Pyle. Pyle, would you tell the board why you wish to become an officer?
Sir?
Would you tell the board why you wish to become an officer?
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, that is something I'd like to talk to you about. First off, Colonel, sir, I wanted to tell you, gentlemen, that I was just tickled pink that you'd give me this chance. But don't you think it'd be a sight better if you give it to somebody with 16 years, with career and everything, and 2 up and 3 down? I mean 3 up and 2 down.
Private, you're not making yourself very clear.
Sir, I was talking about Sergeant Carter.
Well, what does Sergeant Carter have to do with this?
Oh, just about everything. The reason I was going to officer school was on account of he was going to go too.
Pyle, are you or are you not interested in becoming an officer?
Sir, I think that the colonel would like the best man for the job. And since the sergeant taught me everything that I know, I think it'd be better if you took the teacher instead of the pupil. So, if it ain't against regulations, I'm going to step down and let the sergeant go instead of me. Why, with all he knows, he'd probably start right out as a colonel with no trouble at all. I'm sorry, Colonel. I didn't mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is that I've got my work cut out for me here, and the sergeant, he's deserving of being an officer, and I'm sure he'd be one you could be real proud of.
Then you're withdrawing your name.
Yes, sir. I guess that's what I'm doing.
Pick it up! Pick it up! Everything it ain't growing. I don't want to see anything but grass and gravel when you're finished. Now get with it! Look at it, huh? Look at it. They foul up, who gets chewed out for it, huh? Sergeant Carter. What does that mean to them? Do they care what happens to me? I miss out on that officer's thing. It's just a big laugh to them.
I don't know, Vince.
Oh, come on, Nick. They're just looking out for number one. They don't care about me. I'm just a nothing. Another sergeant they gotta put up with. Part of the scenery.
Sergeant Carter, you're to report to the Officer Selection Board for an interview immediately.
The officers' selection board? There must be some mistake. I didn't place in the first...
No mistake, Sergeant. The Colonel sent me for you personally.
Hey, Vince. Looks like you made it.
Hey, guys. Sergeant's going to the officer school after all.
Oh, we better get started, Sergeant. Hey, don't go yet. I'll be right back.
But I don't get it. Are you sure that he meant for me?
Positive. Let's go.
Sure gonna hate to see you go, Sarge.
Well, you take over, huh, Nick?
Okay.
I need a tie, Sarge.
Thanks, Thomas.
Hold it. Hold it. Sarge, when we heard you were taking the aptitude test, well, we went out and we got you something.
We didn't give it to you before because...
Anyway, we're glad we can give it to you now.
Your lieutenant bars. Lieutenant.
Fellas, thanks.
It looks like you got what you wanted, Vince. Passport to a new life, away from the knuckleheads.
Crazy guys. What'd they want to get me these for?
The officers' club, Sarge.
Sarge!
Go get it, Sarge. Good luck, Sarge. Good luck.
Sergeant Carter reporting as ordered, sir.
At ease. Well, Carter, we've had some pretty glowing recommendations about you.
Beg pardon, sir?
Private Pyle withdrew his name. That moves you up to the number 10 spot, making you eligible for officer training.
He withdrew his name?
And if you make half the officer he said you would, you'll have my job in 3 months.
Does the colonel mean to say that Pyle stepped down so that I...
Would you tell the board why you wish to become an officer?
Well, sir, I'm not sure I can. I mean, I don't think I'm ready to be an officer. That is, I'm ready, but not yet. You see, sir, I have this platoon I've trained since they were recruits, and we're sort of a team. And they're still a little rough. Don't get me wrong, sir, they're good. They're real good. But I'd like to personally see them through the rest of their training. The platoon and me, we kind of understand each other. Hey, Pyle!
Hey, Sarge, what happened?
Oh, they had some special assignment they wanted a good platoon to work on, so I said we'd do it.
You mean you're staying? You ain't going to
You
go?
mean that officer thing? Ah, there's no time for that. Maybe next year. No hurry.
You know I feel the same way. There ain't no hurry. Maybe next year.
Yeah. You going back to barracks? What's going on?
Sergeant, we'd like for you to settle an argument for us. How do you spell separate? S-E-P-E-R or A-R?
What are you bothering me for? Look it up in the dictionary.
But you know, though, don't you?
Huh?
E-R, A-R.
A-R.
A-R?
Absolutely.
Here it is. Sarge is right. It's AR.
Golly, Sergeant, you're always right. How do you know so many things?
It's my job, Pyle. It's my job.
Gomer Pyle, USMC. Starring Jim Neighbors as Gomer Pyle. Also starring Frank Sutton as Sergeant Carter.
All right, now wait a minute. Now let me get this straight. You want us all to chip in and buy Sergeant Carter a birthday present?
That's exactly right.
You're kidding. Why?
Well, he helped us all get through boot camp, you included.
That's some favor. Sometimes I think he got us through boot camp just so he could have another crack at us now.
Now, that's downright foolish, Duke, and you know it. You don't give somebody a gift just because they done something nice for you. That ain't the true spirit of giving. You give somebody a gift because you want to give it to them. Didn't you know it's more blessed to give than to receive?
Kill me.
I'm surprised at you, Duke. A man's birthday's an important thing, especially this one. It's Sergeant Carter's 35th one. Now, that's a real important one.
Well, so was my 25th birthday. And you know what I did on my 25th birthday? In the morning, I took a 12-mile hike. In the afternoon, I had 3 hours of calisthenics. And at night, I had 8 hours of guard duty.
See? Because of Sergeant Carter, you'll always remember your 25th birthday.
Gomer, you're unbelievable.
Well, I ain't asking for a whole lot. We could get Sergeant Carter a real nice gift if every man in the squad would chip in $1.
$1? What do I look like, a millionaire?
Gomer, do you know what a dollar means? A dollar's a lot of money. You can buy a lot of things with a dollar. A dollar, that's 5 beers.
That ain't much, Duke. If you wanted to, you'd give up them 5 beers.
All right, show you what a nice guy I am. I'll chip in 2.5 beers, 50 cents.
Come on, Duke, make it 5 beers. 3 beers? 5 beers?
All right, 5 beers. $1. Come on, let's get it up. Everybody get it up. $1, $1. They ought to send you out at Christmas time with a tambourine, Gomer. Come on, Larry, get it up.
Thanks, Duke. You know, you're a real good person. Now we just got to figure out what we can get Sergeant Carter for his birthday.
How about a bullhorn? His voice is so low I can hardly hear him.
You got a real good sense of humor, Duke. But I think we ought to pick out something special for the sergeant. I think we ought to get him a sentimental gift.
A sentimental gift? How about a whip?
Come on, fellers. Now, this is serious.
Look, Gomer, this was your idea, so I nominate you to pick out the gift.
No,
All those in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. You won the election. You pick out the gift.
Good afternoon, Private. May I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking to buy my sergeant something. Tomorrow's his birthday. It's his 35th, and that's a really important one.
You bet it is. What do you have in mind?
Well, you see, all the fellers in the squad chipped in, and we want to get him something real nice.
Well, we have some handsome gift items over here. Cigarette lighters, cuff links, tie clasps. If you don't mind my asking, what would you like to spend?
Oh, I'd like to spend $100.
Oh.
But I only got 16.
Oh. Well, I'm sure we can find something here for $16 that you'll like. Say, how about this imported pocket knife with 2 blades?
My, that sure is pretty.
Scissors?
Well, what do you know about that?
Screwdriver?
Well, looky there, a real screwdriver.
Bottle opener?
My, that sure is handy. I think he'd like that lot.
Nail file?
Oh, shoot, he's got one. No sense in giving him something he's already got.
Oh, of course not.
That's a shame. That knife would be perfect if it didn't have that nail file on it. Hey, what's that right there?
This?
No, to the left.
This?
No, I'm sorry, to my left, not your left.
This?
Forward a little.
This?
No, I'm sorry. It's forward to me, but it's backwards to you.
This?
In front of that.
This?
No, I mean behind it.
This?
Yeah.
A cigarette lighter.
Oh, he's got one.
Why don't you just give him a $16 gift certificate?
Oh, we couldn't do that. We've got to get him a sentimental gift.
Sentimental.
Hey, is this watch here very expensive?
Well, that is a little more than you have to spend. Sure is a beauty, though, huh? It's not only a watch, it's also a calendar.
Well, I'll be dog. A calendar? Is it much more than $16?
Well...
Because if it is, I guess I'll just have to keep looking here till I find something else.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. Since you're being so nice to your sergeant, I'm going to let you have this watch for $16.
Shazam! Well, that sure is nice of you. I'll never forget you for this.
Well, that's all right.
There's just one more thing.
What's that?
Can I have something engraved on the back of it?
Oh, absolutely. I'll even include it in the $16.
Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
My pleasure.
Listen, you won't be sorry, because I promise from now on I'll do all of my shopping right here. When do you think we should give it to him?
What's the matter with right now?
Why not? After all, it's his birthday. Let's go over to the company office and surprise him.
Right.
Where you going? Out to goof off a little?
No, sir.
You bet you're not.
and wipe that silly grin off your face. Now, all of you, hear me and hear me good. I'm sick and tired of your sloppy, careless ways. This squad is becoming a bunch of thoughtless, forgetful pumpkinheads. I think you'd forget your own heads if they weren't tied to your shoulders. Cochran and Pyle, you both forgot to lock up your rifles. Gottschalk, Slater, and Pyle, you're forgetting to keep your wall lockers closed. Belcher, you forgot to fill your canteen. And Pyle, you forgot to salute an officer coming out of the mess hall this morning. You're just lucky he didn't see you. And that's just part of the list. Now, we've been through all of this before, so I'm telling you for the last time, you better not forget one more thing. Because if you do, if you forget one more thing...
Sergeant, there's one thing we didn't forget.
That's wonderful, Pyle. One thing you didn't forget. I can't wait to hear what it is. What didn't you forget, knucklehead?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Gee, you fellas didn't have to do this.
Wow. No, we didn't have to. We wanted to.
It's nice. It's real nice. I don't know what to say.
Well, open it up.
All right.
See what's in there.
Take a look, Sergeant. Hey, that's real nice.
Hey, look at that. It's a watch. And it matches my ID bracelet.
It's a calendar, too. See that 24 on there? That means it's the 24th of the month. It don't tell you the month. You got to remember that yourself.
Look who's talking about having to remember things. The guy that forgot to salute the officer.
I sure picked some day to chew you guys out, huh?
Oh, forget it, Sarge.
It's beautiful, fellas. I appreciate it. I really do.
Look on the back of the watch. On the back there.
Read it, Sarge.
With all our esteem on your 35th birthday. Thanks, fellas. I'll always remember this birthday.
This is an important one. This is your 35th.
Yeah, that is kind of a milestone, huh?
Gee, Sarge, 35. That's almost the same age as me and Burns put together.
That's right. I never thought of that.
How long you been in the Marines, Sarge?
Let's see. I guess it's 18 years. Yeah, 1946.
Hey, that's the year I was born.
Gosh, Sarge, you've been in the Marines more than half your life.
That's right, I have. Boy, how time flies, huh? Seems like just yesterday I was in Korea. That was 1950.
1950. You was in Korea, and I was in grade school. Miss Costello, 7B.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself, Gomer? While Sergeant Carter was over in Korea fighting for our country, there you were in Mayberry just learning how to read and write.
Well, the Marine sure hadn't hurt you none, Sergeant. I hope I look as good as you do when I'm 35.
Thanks.
Gee, 35. You're only 3 years younger than my dad.
Well, thanks again, fellas. Present.
I sure am glad we helped to make this a happy birthday for you, Sergeant.
Yeah. Thanks, Pyle. Thanks a lot.
You know, Goom, I gotta hand it to you. You really got to the Sarge. He was really touched. You know, I'm glad you talked me into it. That wasn't worth 5 beers to me. That was worth 40 beers.
He sure looked like he appreciated it. When he left, he could hardly talk. He was so happy.
With all of our esteem on your 35th birthday. 35th birthday.
And it contains only health-giving ingredients. So remember that name, folks. Rejuvenate, the tonic that makes you feel young again. Remember, Rejuvenate is made especially for you people over 35. That's the age when you start feeling.
Experience and a good left hook will win for him. That's why I think the champ will retain his heavyweight championship in tonight's bout.
Well, I have to disagree with you, Jerry. I think age is going to make the difference. The challenger's young and aggressive, and I don't think the champ can make it if he has to go 15 rounds against his youthful challenger. The champ's stamina and legs just aren't what they used to be. You have to remember, he's no kid anymore. He's 32 now, and many of us feel that he's over the...
I wonder where Sergeant Carter is. He ain't never been late for Reveille before.
Must have been out celebrating his birthday last night.
I didn't hear the bugle. I the windows closed.
I guess that little extra sleep felt good, Sergeant, especially after your 35th birthday.
What do you mean by that, Crack?
Well, I didn't mean this no crack, Sergeant. We just thought maybe you was out celebrating last night.
Don't play games with me, Pyle. I know what you're thinking. You think I'm getting old, right?
No, Sergeant.
Yeah, that's what you're all thinking, isn't it? Yeah, sure, I know. You were born the year I joined the Marines. And you were in kindergarten when I was fighting in Korea. Well, let me tell you all something. I can still run the whole lot of you into the ground any day of the week. And just to prove it, let's do some deep ends right now. Come on. All you have to do is as many as old Sergeant Carter. All right? Hands on hips. Put those hands down until I say place. Hands on hips. Place. Ready? Exercise. Hit. 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 Don't touch me, Pyle. I'm all right.
Please, Sergeant. I think I can help you. Please let me try.
My back. It's okay. You did that like you knew what you were doing.
Well, I've had a lot of practice. My grandma used to have the same thing you just had. I used to straighten her out. Poor thing, though, she started walking crooked.
Your grandma?
Uh-huh. It come to her in her twilight years.
Get back in formation, Pyle.
But you ought to rest a while, Sergeant. That's what Grandma used to do after she had an attack like that.
I said get back in formation.
She'd put a mustard plaster on...
Pyle! Now let's start again. Hands on hips. Haze. Ready? Exercise. Hit. Don't touch me, Pyle.
Maybe you ought not do any more of them deep knee bends. I could go get some dry mustard.
I'm
from
not
the mess,
your
Sergeant.
grandmother. Now, this is different. I'm perfectly all right. It's just an old war injury from Korea. It acts up now and then. But I better get over to sick bay just to play it safe.
That's what I call a real smart idea. You go over to sick bay and play it safe.
I'll be right back. What are you gawking at? Get busy policing up the area. All of you.
Oh, he's starting to walk crooked, just like Grandma, poor thing.
Pain in your side, is it gone now?
Yes, sir.
Despite the bent position you're now in?
I'm sorry, sir.
Look, Sergeant, there's nothing for you to worry about. You got a simple muscle cramp, that's all.
It's nothing else?
Nothing else. But don't forget one thing. You can't make those sudden moves like you did when you were younger.
Younger? What do you mean, sir?
You know, like you did a few years ago.
It's nothing like hardening of the arteries, is it, sir?
You're fine, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand, Private. Why are you so concerned about Sergeant Carter's back?
Well, I apologize for taking up your time, sir, but Sergeant Carter's really got me worried, and the other fellers, too. It ain't only his back. He just hadn't been acting himself lately. He's been kind of moping around ever since the party.
Party? What party?
His birthday party. Fellers all chipped in and we give him a watch. He just turned 35.
Oh, so that's it. 35-itis.
35-itis?
It's a common ailment. You see, Private, some men feel when they reach the age of 35, it marks the end of their youth and the beginning of middle age. And quite often, they start imagining all sorts of aches and pains.
But the pain that Sergeant Carter had sure seemed real enough to me.
Of course. And if Carter continues to worry about getting old, he'll actually feel pain even though nothing's wrong with him. In technical language, that sort of condition is known as psychosomatic. Psychosomatic. In a few days, your sergeant's confidence will come back to him and everything will be okay.
Well, thank you, sir.
Psychosomatic.
Lordy, there's a lot of sicknesses these days.
Hey, what's the matter with you kids? Those packs are too heavy, huh? I'm 35 years old. Look at me, huh? All right, you weaklings, halt! Take 5. Well. Tired, are we? Huh? Maybe I should charter a bus to come all the way out here and pick us all up and take us back to camp, huh?
Golly, Sergeant, just look at you. All of us just as tuckered as we can be. Just look at you. You ain't hardly worked up a sweat yet.
Well, I'll give you kids a little tip. Always carry a candy bar in your pack. It gives you that extra energy when you need it.
I've got one right here, Sergeant.
Well, give it to him. He needs it. Who did this? Who? Why, Pyle? Why'd you do it?
Well, it was just that you've been feeling poorly lately, and this is just a way to help you get over that bad period and get your old confidence back.
With straw? Rocks, I can understand. That might get my confidence back, but straw?
Well...
Thanks, Pyle. Thanks a lot. Just trying to make an old man feel young, right?
Come here. Hey, guys, wait till you hear this.
What's up, dude? What?
You won't believe it. We're losing Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter? What happened?
I don't believe it. Sergeant Carter, where would he go?
He's asking to be transferred to a desk job.
Golly, are you sure, Duke?
Well, that's what Farley Obert said, and he ought to know. He's a clerk over at headquarters.
Did he tell you why, Duke?
Yeah, Carter thinks he's getting too old to be a duty sergeant, so instead he's going to be pushing a pencil.
Well, all I gotta say is I feel sorry for the pencil.
That's good, Larry. Hey, go. Larry says... Where'd he go?
Don't you understand, Private? That was just the wrong thing to do. I didn't say you should make it easy for him. That will only convince him he can't do it himself. The only thing that will help him gain back his confidence is if he proves to himself he can still pull his own load. He has to find out he's a man who can carry his own weight.
Then he'll get over his psychosemantics.
Yes.
Gomer, I want to be the first to say this. You're crazy.
Believe me, Duke, that's the word.
And you want us to ask Sergeant Carter to take us on a hike?
Uh-huh. I've already packed his pack here with rocks.
Rocks?
When he finds out he carried a pack this heavy, he'll be all over his psychosemantics.
Is what?
That's doctor talk. Now, come on, fellers. Y'all don't want Sergeant Carter to leave us, now, do you?
Well... What is this, a coffee clutch? I ain't transferred yet.
Hey, Sergeant, we was just talking about you.
My day is made.
Since you're gonna be leaving us, we thought it'd be real nice if you took us on sort of a going-away hike.
Huh?
We sure would appreciate it, wouldn't we, fellers?
Yeah.
See?
You're kidding. You mean you want me to take you on a hike?
You know, for sentimental reasons, something we could remember you by.
Well, if anyone else but you said this, I'd swear they were pulling my leg. All right? It's a hike you want, it's a hike you'll get. Everybody fall out with full field packs. Come on, let's move. Come on, move it.
I just knew you'd do it, Sergeant, so I went ahead and fixed your pack for you.
Oh, no. We've been all through that, remember? Forget it. You guys wanted the hike. I'm just going along for the company. All right, fall out. Come on, move it, move it, move it, move it.
Gomer.
Yeah, you and your great ideas.
Squad, halt! On your feet, Pyle. You asked for this hike. Park it! What's the matter, Pyle? Are you hurt?
Twisted my ankle and it pains me something awful.
Let me take a look at it.
Oh!
Looks all right to me. See if you can walk on it.
It's no use, Sarge. Maybe it's broken.
It's not broken. Now somebody's gonna have to carry you all the way back to camp.
Guess so. You're the only one's not wearing a pack.
What are you doing, Pyle?
I'm eating a candy bar. You remember said it was good for energy on the hike. Hey, you want to buy it?
No! Hey! All right, the rest of you men fall out.
Aye, sir.
All right, come on, Pyle. I'll take you over to sick bay.
Well, Sergeant, you see...
What's wrong?
Well, look, my foot seems a whole lot better. Look. I walk just fine. Truth is, it wasn't ever really that bad.
Oh, I get it. That was the sentimental hike? You wanted to make a fool out of me? I carried you 5 miles for nothing? I ought to kill you for this, Pyle.
Don't say for nothing, Sergeant. You carried me and look at you. You ain't even out of breath. You ain't even tired. See? You're strong. You're just as strong as you always was. And you thought you couldn't carry your own weight. Why, you can carry your weight and mine, too. Now, if that don't give you confidence back, I don't know what will. A man can do all of that. He'd be wasting his time behind a desk.
Yeah.
See? Now you're all over your psychosemantics.
What?
Nothing. Just welcome back.
Thanks, Pyle.
Good-looking watchman. Sure was nice of the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I remember when I was a kid. Things were so tough that I didn't get a birthday present till I was 11 years old.
My family had it rough, too. I was born right in the middle of it. Year of the crash, 1929. My old man worked morning, noon, and night. He was never sure where his next buck...
Sergeant, how much is 9 from 15?
6. What's the matter? Can't you subtract? There were days when we didn't even have enough to eat.
2 from 5 is 3. Hey, Sergeant, do you know something? You ain't 35, you're 36. How about that? And all the time you thought you was 35, you're really 36.
Pyle, rate that area. Come on, move, move, move.
USMC. Starring Jim Neighbors as Gomer Pyle. Also starring Frank Sutton as Sergeant Carter.
It will be the first official visit to this country by the Princess Sanakawa, and she will be the guest of various military installations, among them the local Marine base at Camp Henderson. Now, what has all this got to do with you, Sergeant? The Princess will be here at the end of the week. We're going to need an honor guard, and since you have the highest-ranking platoon at this time, I've decided we pick our honor guard from among your men.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
There are enough men in your outfit who own dress blue uniforms for the occasion.
Yes, sir. I'm sure of it.
Of course. I'm sure your men have enough pride to want to own a set.
Yes, sir.
Good. I want you to pick 4 of your best men, straight, sharp, and all Marine.
Aye, aye, sir.
With a platoon like yours, you probably can vouch for every single man in your outfit.
Yes, sir. I can vouch for every single man in my outfit.
Good.
That is, I can vouch for almost every single man in my outfit.
Heads, tails, and tails. And thank you for the contribution. Any more suckers?
Golly, Duke, you sure are lucky. Where'd you get all that luck? You must eat a whole lot of chickpeas on New Year's Eve.
Well, it's not only luck, Gomer. It's luck, good looks, intelligence, charm. Let me see. Have I left anything out? Oh, yes, modesty.
I don't know about them other things, but you sure are lucky.
I'll take you on, Duke.
Gladly, Larry. You ready?
Yeah.
Shake 'em up.
Got him.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Heads, tails,
Tails. Tails. Heads. Tails. More?
yeah.
Okay.
Shake 'em up.
Ready?
Yeah.
Heads. Tails. Heads. Heads. Tails. Tails. Suddenly not so lucky, huh, Duke?
Hold on, what's happening here?
How you doing, Mr. Lucky?
Not so good all of a sudden. Put 'em up again, Larry.
All right.
Shake 'em up. Ready?
Yeah.
Tails, tails, and heads.
Not so good. That ain't bad. Golly, you got Lady Luck smiling at you all the time, hadn't you, Duke?
Let's go again.
Sure. Shake 'em up. You ready?
Yeah.
Heads,
Tails. Heads. Tails. Tails. And heads.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Gomer?
What?
Come here a minute, buddy.
What do you want?
Come here. Stand right here. Get him up again, Larry. Get him up.
All right.
Heads, tails, 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 and heads. That's it.
What's it?
You, Gomer, you're my good luck piece.
I'm your what?
You move away, I lose. You stand by my side, I win. You're my good luck charm. How about that?
Oh, gone, Duke.
I'm not kidding, Gomer. I don't know what it is, but you give off sparks. Vibrations come out of you.
Shazam. You reckon it's that new deodorant I've been using?
Guys, Sarge's on his way.
Sure. I don't know what it is, but there's a peculiar atmosphere in here.
Could be me, Sergeant. We was just talking about it.
Forget it. All right, listen up. Now, battalion headquarters wants an honor guard to meet a special guest this week. How many of you jokers have got dress blues? Hands. That's it? You're kidding. Just 3 of you? I gotta have 4 men, and they gotta have dress blues.
Sergeant?
Morrison, don't you have a set of dress blues?
I'm sorry, Sarge. I ordered a set some time ago, but I hadn't been able to get up the money to pick them up.
Boy, this is beautiful. Just beautiful. Now, I gotta go back to the colonel and say, sorry, sir, we can't make up the honor guard. We don't have a thing to wear. I know they're optional. You don't have to buy a dress blue uniform, but you'd think you'd have enough pride to want on the set.
Sergeant.
Do you knuckleheads know what an honor this is to be picked for an honor guard? Huh? Do you? And we can't take it because only 3 of you have got dress blues.
Sergeant?
Well, you think with all the money you spend on dames and gambling and materialistic stuff, you'd think you could set aside $45, huh? A measly $45 for a set of dress blues.
Sergeant?
Boy, this is humiliating. It's downright humiliating.
Sergeant?
Pyle, what is it?
I'm getting a set of them there dress blues.
What?
I've already got them ordered and everything. I've saved all my money, and I'm supposed to pick them up Saturday morning. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
So you've got your 4 men now, Sergeant. This is your lucky day.
Pyle, knock it off. It's not just the dress blues. You got to be sharp on your manual of arms. And I've got a hunch that you are not sharp on your manual of arms. So forget it, Pyle. Just forget it.
What's this, Sergeant? Attention! Forward, arms. Order, arms. Inspection, arms. I was just cleaning it, Sergeant. That won't happen again. I guarantee you that. Don't you worry about a thing, Sergeant. It's gonna be all right.
Honestly, you sure you can't get that set of dress blues?
I'm sure, Sarge. I'm broke.
Well, can't you get some money somewhere? Can't you put your hands on $45?
I sure doubt it.
Oh. Oh.
I wonder what causes that.
Sarge, you're gonna wear yourself out. Relax.
Relax. Relax, he says. There's a princess coming to this base on Saturday, and meeting her will be an honor guard, including one Private Gomer Pyle, who's liable to pull the bolt out of his rifle or drop it altogether. He might even walk up to her and say, "Hi, ma'am. Hi, y'all." Gomer says, "Hey." Relax.
Tell him he can't be in it. What's the big problem?
The problem is I promised the colonel 4 men all wearing dress blues. He's the only other guy with a uniform, so I may have to use him.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
I do not. Now, what I gotta do is I gotta get another guy for the honor guard, and I gotta buy him a uniform. Nick, are you sure that you don't have...
Already asked me, Sarge. I'm broke.
Broke. Broke. Everybody's broke. It would have to be the end of the month. Well, we gotta scare up $45 by Saturday. So you and me are going on a little hunting expedition.
Oh, but Sarge.
Yeah, get everything you can get. Dollars, quarters, beg on the streets for pennies if you have to. We need $45 to buy Morrison his uniform.
Well, listen, Sarge, maybe
I
if
do
you-
not want Gomer Pyle in this honor guard. Do you understand? Well, he can foul up. He can foul up something terrible. He could accidentally shoot that princess and start a war.
Come on, Sarge. Now, look.
Come in.
Hey, Sergeant.
What do you want, Pyle?
Well, after you left the barracks this morning, I got to thinking that you might be worried how I'm doing that there honor guard, so I just come by here to set your mind at ease.
Yeah?
Uh-huh, watch this. I've been practicing and practicing. Attention! Forward, arms. Order, arms. Present, arms. I'll keep practicing. What how that happened. Never happened before. Sorry, Sergeant.
Get the money, get the money.
Come on, Gomer, why won't you?
I told you, Duke, I want to stay here and practice my manual arms. Besides, I ain't sure I rightly approve of what you're about to do.
Well, what's so terrible? All you gotta do is stand by my side all the time I'm shooting craps. You're my good luck charm. You'll help me win.
Well, I don't think I approve. Winning's from gambling and ill-gotten gains.
Come on, Gome.
I can't, Duke. Besides, there's this princess that's coming to visit all the way from the old country. And I want to look real good in that there honor guard. Watch this.
Oh.
Attention. Right shoulder, arm. Right face. sorry, Duke. I'm truly sorry.
It's all right, Gomer.
Golly, did I hurt you?
Not as much as you hurt me if you don't come in town with me.
Gosh, I feel as if I owe it to you now.
Will you, please, huh?
Well...
Attaboy, Gomer, you're a real buddy.
Well, I want to get back in time to practice some more.
Oh, you will.
I don't want to stay out too late.
We won't.
I don't rightly approve.
I know.
Still-gotten games.
Right, ill-gotten games.
The point is 6. 5, the point is 6. The shooter wants 6. 4, the shooter wants 6.
Coming for 3.
7 out the line. Next shooter.
Hand me those devil's bones and stand back. Be good to me, little ivory babies. Oh, I almost forgot. My good luck charm, fellas.
All right. What are you shooting?
Shoot the 20.
$20. You faded. Let him roll. 5. 5 is the number.
Little Phoebe, keep me loose. Come on, 3, catch a deuce.
5 right. The line.
Shall we all go for another ride, fellas?
What are you shooting this
Yeah,
time?
all go. Shoot the works.
Shoot 40. You faded.
Just a little insurance.
Yeah! 7, a winner.
A little gift from heaven. Who's hot now, fellas, huh? Shoot it all. Let's go. You're so good to me, baby. Here we go.
Yeah! 6. The shooter wants 6.
6. Is that all right, fellas? Here we go.
Yeah! 5. Is it 5? 6 is the number. The shooter wants 6.
Come on, 6.
7 and out.
No.
Next shooter.
Gomer, what happened? Where'd you go?
Well, I got bored over there just watching, so I come over here and was practicing my manual arms.
That's great. You know what happened while you were here practicing? I lost everything.
You didn't.
I did, Gomer. I blew the whole roll. You were supposed to stick by me, bring me luck.
Well, I'm sorry, Duke.
A lot of good that does me. You got any money?
Well, yeah, but
How much you got, Gomer?
Well, I got $45.
Let me have it, will you, Gomer? Please, let me have it.
Well, I couldn't do that, Duke. That's the money from a dress blues, and I'm supposed to pick them up in the morning.
I'll double it. I guarantee it. I'll win you enough to buy 2 sets of dress blues.
Well, I don't know, Duke.
Come on, Gomer. It's the least you can do. You walked away and broke the spell.
Well...
You admit you walked away and broke the spell, don't you? I was winning all the time you were standing there. The minute you walked away, boom, I lost.
Well...
Come on, Gomer. It's a sure thing. You're my lucky partner.
Well, what makes you so sure you're gonna win?
How can I lose with Lucky Boy by my side?
Well...
Come on, Gomer.
I'm not sure I rightly approve of this. Ill-gotten gains is what it is. That's my dress blues money.
Well, watch it grow, Lucky Boy. Now stick by me this time. Come on, Gomer.
9 is the number. The shooter wants 9. 7 away. Next shooter. And we got a fresh young shooter. What are you shooting, kid?
Shooting the whole 45.
45 goes. You fainted.
Ha!
4. The number is 4.
Little Joe from Kokomo, give him a shake and away they go!
7, you're out.
No!
What happened, Duke? What happened? Money from a dress blues. It's gone. It's gone. The money from a dress blues is gone.
Gomer, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
All the money that I'd saved up. Now I won't be able to get my dress blues. But you know what the worst part is? I'll tell you what the worst part is. Tomorrow I've got to tell Sergeant Carter that I can't be in that honor guard to meet that princess.
Gomer.
He's gonna be so disappointed, Duke. Can you imagine how disappointed he's gonna be when I tell him I can't be in that there honor guard?
No. I'm not gonna have Pyle on the honor guard.
Sarge, face it. You don't have enough money to swing it. You need $45 for a uniform for Morrison. Count it. You only got about 15.
That's all we could rake up? $15? Just $15?
Yeah, 15 and a quarter.
Nick, we can't quit now. We gotta get another $30.
We hit almost everybody on the base. They're all tapped out.
Well, there must be somebody somewhere. Hey, what about your folks? Send them a telegram. Tell them you need an operation.
Vince.
I gotta keep Pyle off that honor guard. Don't you understand?
Well, I wasn't going to suggest it, but I think I know where you can get some dough real fast.
You know? Well, what have you been keeping so quiet about? Where, huh? Where? Talk!
Well, there's a big crap game in town tonight.
A crap game?
Right.
You want me to go to a gambling joint and shoot crap, a platoon sergeant?
There you go as a civilian.
Shoot crap with strangers? Do you realize how desperate I'd have to be to do that?
Well?
I'm pretty desperate. Where's the game?
Fine, the shooter wants 8.
Come on, baby, be there.
Craps. 12, the shooter wants 8.
Okay, buddy.
Take it easy, Fatso. You in a rush?
Look, who are you calling fatso?
You, Banjo Eyes. You want to make something out of it?
Why, you
Oh, the big bad civilian here is going to hit me. I'm scared.
All right, come on, shoot him. 7 away. Next shooter. Next shooter.
All right. Have fun, civilian. Dad give you the car tonight?
Shoot the bundle.
How much is the bundle?
$15.25.
Okay, you're faded.
Come on, guys. Come on. Boom!
7. Winner.
Let's see, how much is that? That's $30.50, huh?
All right, how much are you shooting now?
I'll shoot $14.50.
Okay, you're faded.
Come on, dice. Boom!
11.
Pass!
What do you shoot this time?
Nothing. I got all I need. Thanks a lot, fellas.
Well, so long, sport. Now you can buy that Erector set.
42, 43, 44, 45. Exactly enough for 1 set of dress blues. Did you tell Morrison I have a little present for him?
Yeah, he'll be here as soon as he gets off a work detail.
Well, Nick, this ought to be a lesson to you. For a while there, we thought we were going to be stuck with Pyle and the honor guard. But fate had other plans. It's always darkest before the dawn. Every cloud has a silver lining, and hope springs eternal in the human breast. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. You got bailed out by a crap game.
Now comes the most satisfying part.
What's that?
Telling Pyle he's not going to be in the honor guard. For a while there, I was stuck. I had no choice. But now, because of I do have a choice, and I'm going to tell him.
He's going to be disappointed.
Well, as they say on the playgrounds, tough noogies.
Hard-hearted man, Vince.
That's right. I got a hard heart and a hard head to match. You want me to take a chance and have Pyle goof up an official visit? Well, I don't. So I'm going over there right now and tell him, Pyle, you're out. O-U-T. Out.
Come in.
Well, Pyle, I was just on my way over to see you.
Can I talk to you a minute, Sergeant?
Well, sure. First, you talk to me, then I will talk to you. Go.
I don't quite know how to tell you this, but 'cause you ain't gonna like hearing it no better than I like telling it.
Well, let's hear it.
And I wouldn't blame you for being mad on account of it's bound to be disappointing news.
Let's hear it.
Fact is, I was gonna sit down and write you a letter just so's I wouldn't have to face you.
Pyle!
Well, here it is, and I hope you'll forgive me for it. I can't be in that there honor guard.
What did you say?
You hate me, don't you, Sergeant? Admit it. You hate me for ruining all your plans. You thought I was going to be in that there honor guard, and here at the last minute I tell you I can't? Well, you just go on and hate me, 'cause I sure feel like a hateful thing. But I don't have the money to buy the uniform.
But you told me you had the money.
This is the most painful part of all coming up. I had it, but I lost it.
You lost it?
I've done a terrible thing, Sergeant. It got lost shooting with craps.
What?
That's right. I don't know what come over me. Greed, I expect. But anyways, it got lost in a game of craps.
You got in a crap game and lost your money?
The dice was supposed to roll up to number 4. That's little old Phoebe from Kokomo. That's crap talk. And it didn't come up, so I lost.
Pyle, you mean you took the money that you had saved up for your dress blues and you blew it in a crap game? Is that what you're saying?
I don't mind so much about me, Sergeant, but you. What are you going to do for the fourth man for that honor guard? You was counting on me. What's going to happen now?
Well, I'll think of something.
And I was doing real good, too, Sergeant. You'd been real proud of me. I'd just been practicing my manual arms. I could even do it in my sleep. Every spare minute I had, I was doing it. You'd been real proud of me because I was doing it right. To tell you the truth, Sergeant, that's the reason I was so anxious to get an honor guard. Just wanted to make you proud of me.
All right, Pyle, get back to your quarters.
Right, Sergeant. When I come in, you said there was something you wanted to talk to me about.
Nothing. Nothing important. You can wait.
Right, Sergeant.
Well, you don't kick a guy when he's down.
I didn't say anything.
And I'll tell you something else. He didn't lose that money in a crap game. He didn't even know how to shoot crap. He was covering. That's what he was doing. He's covering for some creep that conned him out of his dough.
Well, what are you going to do?
What do you mean, what am I going to do? I got the money for the dress blues, haven't I? Pyle may not have the money, but I got it.
So?
So there are going to be 4 men in the honor guard all wearing dress blues, just like it was planned from the beginning. What am I going to do?
Well, I was just wondering.
Well, stop wondering. There's no problem. Come in.
Hi, Sergeant. Corporal said you had a present for me. Money for a set of dress blues to wear in the honor guard.
A present? A present? What is this, your birthday? Christmas? Where do you get off coming in here asking for a present? A present? I'll give you a present. I'll give you 100 push-ups to do. Get out of here, you mooch.
But, Sergeant, I was...
Get out of here. Move, 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 move. Well, what are you just sitting there for? Go get Pyle. Go get him. He's got to pick up his uniform. Whatever you're thinking, shut up.
Never forget what a nice thing it is you done for me, lending me the money so I could get my uniform.
It's okay, Pyle.
Nice, nice, nice. I don't see how I can ever thank you.
You did, Pyle, you did. Last night and this morning, and I got your letter, too.
I swear, every time I think about it, I want to just puddle up.
Well, don't, Pyle. There's nothing that looks worse in an honor guard than a Marine who's been crying.
What a nice thing. You're going to make a wonderful father.
Swell.
So once again, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's okay, Pyle. Now, look, the visiting party's going to be here any minute. Now, I want you to play it cool and steady.
Don't you worry, Sergeant. I'll never disappoint the man that made all this possible for me.
Good. Just listen for every command and execute it with precision.
Check and double check.
Don't panic. Don't be nervous. Just play it cool and steady. Steady and cool.
Done and done.
Here they come. Remember, cool and steady.
Detail!